So yeah, so this sprint I've been kind of mostly on my own, but with I guess Gavin as well, and Sean helping me as well, I suppose. And then I've been working on Themis. So what is Themis? When we go to sort of sales presentations and we talk about Retirement Wizard and Robo Paraplanner, we talk about it being this sort of system here, as you see. So lots of modules that allow us to collect information about a customer, analyse their risks, their needs, put it through a kind of house view, and then map what the data that we've received into a solution, and out pops a document and so on. Now, many of these things kind of already exist, but they're very much tied to LV's view of advice, and quite difficult to extrapolate from what's known as the advice engine. So we've been kind of looking at what's needed for our own house view, and this is all under the banner of Themis. So what is Themis? Now, forgive me if this is not the party line, but this is kind of the way I see it. Anyway, I sort of see it as a kind of a set of extendable, configurable, reusable components built to support our own house view. So I guess we have to recognise that not everyone's going to have the same view of retirement advice, and so we need to have these sets of components that can talk together, and we can modify very easily without a massive development effort when a new tenant comes along. And so we're looking to kind of take the lessons that we've learned from the advice engine, take the good bits that we have, plug them together and build them in such a way that if someone else comes along, we don't have to spend a year doing more development to get them on board. So we're kind of wanting to do that work. And so the team from the next spring onwards is going to be some of the new guys that we mentioned earlier. So Graham and Yona are going to be helping me, Gavin and Sean. And as usual, Rich, Marshall and Sam will be floating around as well to help us. So Sprint Zero, obviously we had to grasp what it is we're doing, but we did want to deliver something. So we took Robo Paraplanner and we decided we're going to sort of split it up and try and make it more reusable between the LV view of things and Themis. And I don't know if you've noticed, we use distribution technologies view of risk. So we wanted to swap in the A2 risk methodology of doing that. And behind that, we needed to develop a RESTful service. So I'm just going to give you a quick demo of this. So first of all, a Swagger doc, as you used to seeing. So this really just describes the API, as Richard talked about. As you can see, you can send some data to it, you can send some answers to some questions, and it will give you some outputs. And what this kind of RESTful service does is it allows us to find out, based on some inputs, what someone's experience is in terms of investment, their flexibility, their resilience, and also their attitude to risk. So that's all developed, and we've deployed that. And the benefit of that is that we'll now be able to reuse this in our investment strategy, our pension invest module as well that we have in Pension Wizard. So we've kind of, if you like, pulled that out, and that's going to be reusable. And hopefully some of these modules here we've identified around financial resilience are going to be reusable in the LV view of retirement advice as well. So that's kind of delivered. And just an illustration of how that plugs into our front end. So this is the Themis version now of the Robo Paraplanner. And what we've actually managed to do is, because we've split up Robo Paraplanner into sort of more reusable chunks, we've managed to swap in the A to risk view of attitude to risk. So this is a different form. So this differs to Robo Paraplanner. And if I just quickly put a load of middling answers, not particularly strongly minded on these things. That was a test. All right. Good. Yeah. So the button appears, and that goes off to that service that I was just talking about. So that hits a running service. So it doesn't obviously go through this UI, but that just describes it. But that goes off, makes a call, and it tells us that there's some warnings. This user has no strong opinion. So, and the benefit of this as well, this is kind of, it's given us a profile that says I'm kind of balanced, Not sure people would say that's true of me, but and you can also change on the fly what the profile is, and this is all kind of in a content file, and it's in HTML and so on. So that's in there, and that's kind of what we said we'd do this sprint. So that's it. Thanks very much.